Yes. I am. Welcome to the One and One Music Review Show. Yes, greetings in the name of the Most High, Emperor Haile Selassie. He's the King of Kings, the Lords of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Blessings, love, and light to my Rastafari family. Itineral guidance to the masses. I could not do this without you. So, wherever you are in the world, I thank you for joining me in today's Music Lab. Would like to send a special shout out to all my listeners. Just know that I could not do this without you, and so I thank you for tuning in each and every week and checking me out, listening to the One and One Music Review Show, and lending to me your listening ear. So, just a rundown of today's show. All songs included in our One and One Music Review Show are based on the merits of each artist's musical production and not on fan base or record sales. All songs included in the weekly shows are by artist submissions or recommendations by fans. The musical content is judged by the quality of the recording, the listener impact, of course, that is the message, creativity, and overall sonic quality. You are tuned into the Music Lab, where we do not disappoint, and each week we aim to please. Stay tuned for the live show coming up within the next few minutes. We are going to be vibing to the sounds of Dan Gio, straight out of Kingston, Jamaica. And later on in the show, we are also going to be vibing to the sounds of King Kong. So sit tight, relax, and tell a friend and tell another friend about the One and One Music Review Show. Keep sharing. Thank you, guys. Yes. I appreciate everyone who is filing in right now, and I am grateful that you're here. Giving me the time of day. I could not do this without you, I tell you. Coming up within the next few minutes, of course, we have The sounds of Dan Gio, straight out of Kingston, Jamaica. And of course, it is that later we're going to have, of course, King Kong, who will be tuning in as well. Stay connected, okay?
Yeah. You's not here when Rasta talk. Too stubborn and defiant, y'all. Crime and violence now. Alright, gangsters paradise, that's where they're from. Innocent life them prey on, while conversating with them dopey crime is them relation. The members smash the wall like birds of 404 paint pan. And when them drop a jail, them transform in water commission. Now they're leaking information to the soup in the station. Debating and plea bargain, just forget a lighter sentence. And I heard you seek repentance. You better have to iron on your head back anytime you touch road. True crime and violence, them youth are moving mindless, y'all.
DQ presents How to Enjoy the Backyard Anywhere. Step 1. Grab a new DQ Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger. Step 2. Enjoy creamy house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, honey barbecue sauce, and crispy onion rings. Step 3. Go literally anywhere, because the new Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger lets you enjoy big backyard flavor, well, anywhere. Wait, what if you ate it in the actual backyard? Wow. Grab it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Come on, one like it tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a humble firmness, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Yeah. Let love be the other of the day to mitigate against crime and violence now. Hey, well if the youth them are the future, tell me how them youths are last. Them lack communication skills as you quit them gun blast. And life is more precious than your clocks and your Bobby socks. And life is like a gamble as you quint, you lose your hand. I say, better smell the roses, cause the reaper never laugh. Make one love be the guidance of the season where you plant. Two choices in a youths, yeah.
Yes, you are vibing to the sounds of Dan Gio, who hails out of Kingston, Jamaica. He's going to be up in just a few minutes. The name of the song is Crime and Violence. And of course, I already have my audience who is stepping in and saying, Empress Rose, we love what we're hearing. Well, I would like to send a special shout out to all the persons who are currently tapped in and, bigging me up. So, would like to send special shout out, of course, coming straight out of Jamaica, out of August Town, Trench Town, Spanish Town, Montego Bay, Lucy Anova, and of course Ocherias. I see you. Thanks for tapping in. Of course, we have Toronto and Montreal, Canada, who is always here each and every week. I appreciate you. My Caribbean islands, Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, I love you. Keep it live. And Brazil, I must tell you, I don't know who told Brazil about my show, but Brazil shows up every week. And there are ardent listeners. I love you. All right. And of course, as always, you know, Africa is tapped in. Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia. I see you guys. Keep it vibing. You're listening to Dan Gio, and he's going to be up in just a few minutes. Keep it going.
You not here when Rasta talk. Too stubborn and defiant, y'all. Crime and violence now. Alright, gangsters paradise, that's where they're from. Innocent life them prey on, while conversating with them dopey crime is them relation. The members smash the wall like birds of 404 pain pan. And when them jump a jail, them transform in water commission. Now they're leaking information to the soup in the station. Debating and plea bargain, just forget a lighter sentence. And I heard you seek repentance. You better have to eye in your head back anytime you touch road. True crime and violence. Them youth are moving mindless, y'all. Come on, go on like it tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a humble firmness, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Yeah. Let love be the other one, the day to mitigate against crime and violence now. Hey, well if the youth them are the future, tell me how them youths are last. Them lack communication skills as you quit them gun blast. And life is more precious than your clocks and your Bobby socks. And life is like a gamble as you quint, you lose your hand. I say, better smell the roses, cause the reaper never laugh. Make one love be the guidance of the season where you plant. Two choices in a badness, tell me now which one you want. 35 to life or board box. True crime and violence. It's like them youth are mindless now. Come on, go on and get tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a positive ferment, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Oh yeah. Make love be the order of the day to mitigate against crime and violence, yeah. Hey. Eradicate it now, oh yeah. We got to get rid of it somehow. Cause right at this very moment, the youth them getting colder. War a chuckle and they treat a bubble like cream soda. Guns and ammunition load and ready for the shoulder. They know where to run, I say there ain't nowhere to go now. Terrorizing every street and lane that we grown up. Tell the government them say so can't stop crime and violence, y'all. Because them youth are mindless, yeah. Come on, go on like it tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a positive ferment, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Oh yeah. Make love be the order of the day to mitigate against crime and violence, yeah.
There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins. And we believe that the time has come to unite.
Dan Gio, hear me asking a PG. So many years of the unjust rules, going through the face of the nincompoops. From Babylon go to Timbuktu, them thief with jewels and willing was too. My question is it because of the race and the color me face? You don't like me because I am black? Is it because 90% of the inventions in the world it is black? When you smile you are the fakest. I know you are racist. Deep in your mind you can't face it. Color of my skin deep, deeper the roots, blacker the melanin. Now busy because blacker the origin from in the beginning. Every black man a king, make you wanna unleash the devil within because me blacker than blacker than blacker, me blacker than black, blacker than blacker than blacker, me blacker than black. Tell them say me blaze. I and I chat with the yak the covenant, that's why me blacker than blacker than black. So the destruction and dismay. I and I was captivated on the SS Jesus of Lubeck. Captured by the dangerous and the ruthless Captain John Hawkins, who stole us from our place, who scrolled and taught their fate, and wrote amazing grace. Alright at the bank of the river Nile, that's where civilization came in play. Formation came out, we are kings and queens, I and a damn monkey. Well in the 21st century, them implementing modern than slavery. If you capture your move, all your brain enslaved. In the 95, them do it shame we because we blacker than blacker than blacker. We blacker than black. Blacker than black and I'm black and me blacker than black. Tell them say me bliss. No care them a huff and a puff and a chat and a yap. Them know me black. Blacker than black. Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. According to Marcus Garvey, if you doubt yourself in the race, you are gonna lose. White supremacy, we have refused. Unite, recruiting a larger youth. We not on no cheek, we are arm up with tool. Go tell the cleaner, put it in the news. So the Congo bongo now laugh with the no boss. Iron well long like bunch of lumber. Press it in, caress it in. Shut down on them feeling, cut off of them a demon specimen. Infest within, arrest within. My step within, in the face of the beast on the field. Turn back to feel, who now here I go feel. Bash! No fear them off and a puff and a chat and a yap. No fuck one of them a iron man and juggernaut. But I and I chat with the yak of the covenant. That's why me blacker than black. Sure. The harsh reality they won't overstand. The majority of the invention them created by black man. And that's why in the school they through them meditant start configure. Tabo, Marco Polo and Caesar. Ice cream, chocolate, sing bow nigga. While the governor general have a rotted figure. Well a white angel a step on a black nigga. And enough of them not consider Rastafari Black Christ real emperor. Stranded on death row by Babylon decisions. They separated the sheep from the goats and placed the cats among the pigeons. Blind as a bat, still I could feel them envious plans, slippery as an eel.
There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins. And we believe that the time has come to unite.
Dan Gio, hear me as a PG. So many years of the unjust rules, going through the face of the nincompoops. From Babylon go to Timbuktu, them thief with jewels and willing was too. My question is it because of the race and the color me face? You don't like me because I am black? Is it because 90% of the inventions in the world it is black? When you smile you are the fakest. I know you are racist. Deep in your mind you can't face it. Color of my skin deep, deeper the roots, blacker the melanin. Now busy because blacker the origin from in the beginning. Every black man a king, make you wanna unleash the devil within because me blacker than black, me blacker than black, blacker than black, me blacker than black. Tell them say me bliss. I and I chat with the yak of the covenant. That's why me blacker than black. So the destruction and dismay. I and I was captivated on the SS Jesus of Lubeck. Captured by the dangerous and the ruthless Captain John Hawkins, who stole us from our place, who scrolled and taught their fate, and wrote amazing grace. Alright at the bank of the river Nile, that's where civilization came in play. Formation came at where kings and queens, I and a damn monkey. Well in the 21st century, them implementing modern than slavery. If you capture your move, all your brain enslaved. In the 95, them do it same way because we blacker than black, me blacker than blacker than black, me blacker than black. Tell them say me bliss. No care them a huff and a puff and a chat and a yap. Them know me black. Blacker than black. Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. According to Marcus Garvey, if you doubt yourself in the race, you are gonna lose. White supremacy, we have refused. Unite, recruiting a larger youth. We not on no cheek, we are arm up with tool. Go tell the cleaner, put it in the news. So the Congo bongo now laugh with the no boss. Iron well long like bunch of lumber. Press it in, caress it in. Shut down on them feeling, cut off of them a demon specimen. Infest within, arrest within. My step within, in the face of the beast on the field. Turn back to feel, who now here I go feel. Bash! No fear them off and a puff and a chat and a yap. No fuck one of them a iron man and juggernaut. But I and I chat with the yak of the covenant. That's why me blacker than black. Sure. The harsh reality they won't overstand. The majority of the invention them created by black man. And that's why in the school they through them meditant start configure. Tabo, Marco Polo and Caesar. Ice cream, chocolate, sing bow nigga. While the governor general have a rotted figure. Well a white angel a step on a black nigga. And enough of them not consider Rastafari Black Christ real emperor. Stranded on death row by Babylon decisions. They separated the sheep from the goats and placed the cats among the pigeons. Blind as a bat, still I could feel them envious plans, slippery as an eel. I had to run like rats, deserting a sinking ship to protect the stories that shouldn't exist. The golden egg laid and cracked the seal. Then the goblin cried and spilled the bean. So I'm blacker than black.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, currently we have in studio Dan Gio, okay? Coming to you straight from Kingston, Jamaica. And of course, I know that my audience has been waiting in the wings and saying, you know what, Empress Rose, let's go. Well, there's no time like the present. Okay, Dan Gio, are you there?
Yeah, man, I'm here, up and running.
Well, I appreciate you coming through. Of course, it is that we debuted at the top of the hour with Crime and Violence, and we also had an opportunity to hear Blacker Than Black. Currently, we have Crime and Violence playing in our background. How are you doing? With just your surrounding and stuff like that. I can hear a little bit of background noise going on.
Yeah, we give thanks for a year. First of all, I would like to say, give thanks to be on this wonderful platform, one-on-one music review. It's an introduction of I&I life, I&I music, I&I culture. And we hear the king all the time, man. Hear everything that's living, man. Let nature sharing is such a great feeling, Yes, man.
So currently you're hailing out of Kingston, Jamaica. Were you born in Kingston, Jamaica?
Was born in East Kingston.
You were born in East Kingston.
Right in Norman Gardens to be exact.
Okay. Of course it is. As I said, we broke out with Crime and Violence. And right out the go, we have a few persons who are actually sending in a few questions as well. I have a few questions of my own. I had an opportunity to actually listen to your a few of your songs from your catalog, and I'm quite impressed. For instance, the song that's playing in the background, Crime and Violence, one may say that, I don't know if it's just myself or my listening audience, and I'm looking for my listening audience to back me up. But when I listen to that song, there's a little bit of Junior Gong, similarity going on there. Has anyone ever compared you to the sounds of Junior Gong?
Yeah, everyone who hear my songs, they always compare to Junior Gong, which is very good because Gong, and not only Gong, but Papa Gong, which is Tough Gong, that's Bob Marley, and all of the Marley families is definitely a major influence in I&I life and I&I career where music is concerned, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, so that's where the influence come from. But not only Bob, but we listen to all of those solid rock foundation artists like, Pablo Moses, Earl China Smith, Dennis Brown, Horace Andy, just to name a few, So it's like one big seasoning in the pot, cooking and simmering down, But definitely Junior Gong is one of my greatest influencers. Definitely.
I love it. So, in terms of the Crime and Violence song, when was this song recorded? And talk to me about the message.
Well, this song was recorded in last year, approximately the 9th of November.
Okay.
And, it's produced by the Big Bad Mighty House of Rhythm Productions from in Austria. They sent me, I want to tell them, send me about 1,000 rhythm, That's how they name House of Rhythm. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to the tracks, and that specific instrumental spoke to me instantly when I was playing it in the studio. And funny enough, that song wasn't written, I just went into the booth and it started to flow like the river,
Wow.
And the message surrounding that song is really letting love be the order of the day to eradicate crime and violence, because for so long, Mr. Hatred and grudge and warfare is always on the loose, imprisoning love, persecuting the children of God, you know what I mean? But only love can set us free, regardless of our different status and race.
That's true.
The likeness and grace. Yes, so love is the order of the day to mitigate and eradicate crime and violence, war and hatred, disillusion and all of those confusion,
When you talk about crime and violence, were you specifically thinking as well of the crime and violence that exists on the island?
Yes, not only in our island, which is Jamaica, but worldwide. So it's a worldwide tone cry throughout all of the diaspora, from north to south to east to west. you know, because crime don't only stem in Jamaica, you know. Crime is a worldwide thing. Crime can even be in your mind, the way you think, the way you move. So it's not only a physical thing, but it's also a mental thing. You know what I mean? A spiritual thing. So love is the only thing that can purge all of the above that I've mentioned, you know?
Let's set up. So just a reminder for persons who are just tapping in, and for persons who are probably just catch the beginning right now, we played Crime and Violence at the top of the hour. And so for persons who are asking, I have a few persons that are saying, I just tap in, and they would like to. There's a few persons that actually tapped in and said that, yes, I thought I was actually listening to Junior Gong when I tapped in as well. So I'm going to allow my audience just to a few minutes to listen to Crime and Violence, and I'll be right back with more Dan Gio. Stay tuned.
All right.
You not here when Rasta talk. Too stubborn and defiant, y'all. Crime and violence now. Alright, gangsters paradise, that's where they're from. Innocent life them prey on, while conversating with them dopey crime is them relation. The members smash the wall like birds of 404 paint pan. And when them drop a jail, them transform in water commission. Now they're leaking information to the soup in the station. Debating and plea bargain, just forget a lighter sentence. Then I heard you seek repentance. You better have to hide now your head back anytime you touch road. True crime and violence. Them youth are moving mindless, y'all. Come on, go on like it tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a humble firmness, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Yeah. Let love be the other of the day to mitigate against crime and violence now. Hey, well if the youth them are the future, tell me how them youths are last. Them lack communication skills as you quit them gun blast. And life is more precious than your clocks and your Bobby socks. And life is like a gamble as you quint, you lose your hand. I say, better smell the roses, cause the reaper never laugh. Make one love be the guidance of the season where you plant. Two choices in a badness, tell me now which one you want. 35 to life or more backs. True crime and violence. It's like them youth are mindless now. Come on, go on and get tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a positive ferment, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Oh yeah. Make love be the order of the day to mitigate against crime and violence, yeah. Hey. Eradicate it now, oh yeah. We got to get rid of it somehow. Cause right at this very moment, the youth them getting colder. War a chuckle and a tree that bubble like cream soda. Guns and ammunition load and ready for the shoulder. Ain't nowhere to run, I say there ain't nowhere to go now. Terrorizing every street and lane that we grown up. Tell the government them say so can't stop crime and violence, y'all. Because them youth are mindless, yeah. Come on, go on like it tougher than steel, but the real gangsters move in silence, yeah. With a positive ferment, cool yet can be a burning furnace, yeah. Oh yeah. Make love be the other.
Yes, of course it is that. I tell you, we do not disappoint, we always come correct. If you are just tapping in right now, you are listening to the sounds of Dan Gio. No, it is not Junior Gong. However, he sounds just like Junior Gong on that song. I was like, the first time I listened to that song, I was like, wait a second. Did I get the correct song? Let me go back and listen to a few other of your songs as well. Well, it's always a great thing, you know, when people can associate your songs with someone else that's of excellence. And I always tell persons here on this show that when we talk about the influences and the persons behind the music that you do, there's always a little bit of their personality that's exhumed within the production as well. So right here, definitely. But outside of Junior Gong, who are some of your influences, your other influences?
Alright, so we have Bob Marley, we have Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, Pablo Moses, Earl China Smith, the Congos, you know, the Rastafarians, Dan Carlos. So many to name. And not only reggae too, because we listen vast genres, Yeah, man. So more time we listen some Temptations or Motown Finest.
That's correct.
Go on YouTube and listen. Yeah, man. Yeah, Smokey Robinson, Yeah, man, all of them great ones, man. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have Elizabeth out of Montreal, Canada, that's saying she's loving your vibe. She has been listening since the beginning of the show. And big ups to me. Thank you, Elizabeth. Keep on doing it because she looks forward to the show every weekend. I have quite a set of persons who actually reach out to me and tell me thanks from time to time. So, Empress Rose, we love what you're doing. Keep on doing it. And I appreciate that because sometimes we do not know exactly, what's going on and how appreciative persons are. We just keep on going. But as well, it also helps to hear this as well when persons reach out and say, Empress Rose, I appreciate what you're doing and I look forward to the show. To all the A&R representatives as well who reach out to me and said, Empress Rose, we love all the talents that you bring to your show. Keep on doing it because it gives us an opportunity to listen to the various artists as well. We can go to our managers and say, here is what's going on. Yeah, well, Dan Gio, it's your first time on this show. And here on this show, there is a host of various persons who are listening. We got promoters, producers, A&R representatives, other artists, other radio personalities as well, who actually listen to the music that we bring to them. And I have a high percentage of persons who are responding to your music today and saying, they never heard about you before. So tell me, why hasn't I don't say everybody has to know you, but for the amount of persons who have been reaching out to me and telling me that they love your music, but they did not hear about your music, what is going on? Is it that it takes a lot to market and promote, okay? Especially on the platforms now, that everything that you actually put out there, they want you to put money behind it. And they won't put you in front of your audience if it is that you're not actually putting monies behind it. What are some of the challenges that you have on your end in terms of getting your music out to a greater audience?
Well, I wouldn't really say there's really a challenge, because let me tell you, it's like we're really in the oven baking. When I say we, I mean me and my team. I'm a team and me and my team. Anyway you want to put it, but it's a team. It's not only me, but it entails of my producer, my manager, road manager, my band, you know what I mean? Yes, man. So we're really in the oven baking, right? We have done a lot of promotion throughout from beginning to thus far. And we're still working, we're still learning along the way as well and putting mitigated measures so we can reach more, more boundaries and cross more borders. Because based on my Spotify and my Apple Music statistics, it shows that I have a lot of streaming going on in the African diaspora, Nigeria to be exact, Romania as well, Canada as well, because my recent song that I've released by the name of Dolly is going on good in the United States and also in the North American region. Yeah, man. So everybody, I just give thanks for this wonderful opportunity because the platforms like these is very essential and very effective. It is highly needed to really showcase the talent. You know what I mean? So the people, we're glad for the people actually, I love the vibes and
I love the vibes. Yes, I must tell you, I love the vibes. I love, the songwriting is extraordinary. The material itself, because anybody can basically do a song, right? But the message, to get the message across in the song, I always tell persons as well, I am one of those persons that value and listen to variations of music. And to listen to, I don't think there's any bad music. It's because music is art. So when persons say that there's stupid music that's coming out, for instance, out of Jamaica now. And then there is great music, and then there is stupid music. Music is art. But what is the value of the music you're listening to? That's what it is. So if you start off on a scale from 1 to 10, where your music is at 1, it gives you an opportunity to build it. Not necessarily that it's bad music. It's your art, and you start off somewhere. But is it good enough art that people, will purchase it and that it will survive the test of time? So then it comes down to persons like yourself and even, greater musicians that have passed on, and some that are actually out there now doing well in the industry. When I listen to your music, yes, I would spend good money for this kind of music because of the message that's exhumed within there, and because it's professionally done. I don't have to ask if it was mixed and mastered properly, because yes, you're getting a great package. But with this music itself, do you actually have other artists, upcoming artists that you're mentoring as well?
Yeah, man. I have a few brethren that, we both mentor each other. I have a hygiene by the name of Jamax. Me and that hygiene have been coming from Rockstone days. Rockstone days where we used to line up on a veranda that was a stage. So in our minds, we were on Reggae Jam, we were on Ratatam, we were on Reggae on the River, all of those reggae festivals all around the world. But we were doing it in our minds, right here in Jamaica on my veranda.
That's right.
I would lean up some sledgehammer, lean up some broom and some shovel. You know what I mean? I have a glue stick, we just catch that in the grill, so that is the microphone. And the broom, them, I would guitar. I would just perform. I would perform. A lot of people come out of their house and watch me. I would say, yes, Germany, how you feeling? United States, how you feeling? And people say, wait, them I get mad, But it's not mad. It's mind attaining depth. That is my abbreviation of mad. Mind attaining depth. MAD. So we just focus in our mind and, bring that dream into reality.
But for real though, you remember, I don't know if you did this, but when I was growing up, right, I tell myself, I'm going to be a meteorologist. I want to tell people about the weather, and if I can't be that, I want to read the news. And so what we do is we take the mop, right, and we'll put the mop upside down, and so it's like a person with dreadlocks, and we would mimic like we're talking to an audience, and yes. But gone are the days. I shouldn't say gone are the days, because actually in some countries kids are outside actually playing all the time and doing this stuff. But now we see where some of the kids are just so influenced by technology that enough persons are not going outside and not playing double dutch and hopscotch and all of those stuff anymore, right? But yes, I remember. I quite remember those days when it is that I used to talk to the broom and the mop stick as my audience and said, listen, we're going to read news today, and imitate some of the great broadcasters as well. Well, we also had an opportunity to listen to Blacker Than Black, and I have persons who actually love Blacker Than Black. So shout out to Kwame Brenia out of Ghana, who says, I'm loving that Blacker Than Black. Shout out to I Brave straight out of Kingston, Jamaica as well. Shout out to Steve out of Lucy and over that's a run back that Blacker Than Black, because I love that one as well. And to Africa, who is always just so centered. I got you. Okay? We're going to tap in with Blacker Than Black, and when we come back, we'll have some questions for Dan Gio on Blacker Than Black and more, okay?
There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins, and we believe that the time has come to unite.
Dan Gio, you hear me asking a PG?
So many years of the unjust rules, going through the face of the nincompoops. From Babylon go to Timbuktu, them thiefy jewels and willing was too. My question is it because of the race and the color me face? You don't like me because I am black? Is it because 90% of the inventions in the world it is black? When you smile you are the fakest. I know you are racist. Deep in your mind you can't face it. Color of my skin deep, deep of the roots, black of the melanin. Now busy because black of the origin. From in the beginning every black man a king. Make you wanna unleash the devil within because me blacker than blacker than black, me blacker than black, blacker than blacker than black, me blacker than black. Tell them say me blaze. I and I chat with the Yakadi covenant, that's why me blacker than blacker than black. So the destruction and dismay. I was captivated on the SS Jesus of Lubeck. Captured by the dangerous and the ruthless Captain John Hawkins, who stole us from our place, who scrolled and taught their fate, and wrote amazing grace. Alright, at the bank of the river Nile, that's where civilization came in play. Formation came at where kings and queens, I and a damn monkey. Well in the 21st century, them implementing modern than slavery. If you capture your move, all your brain enslaved. In the 95, them do it same way because we blacker than blacker than blacker. Me blacker than blacker than blacker than black, me blacker than black. Tell them say me blaze. No care them a huff and a puff and a chat and a yap. Them know me black. Blacker than blacker than black. Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Darker the flesh, and the deeper the roots. According to Marcus Garvey, if you doubt yourself in the race, you are gonna lose. White supremacy, we a refuse. Unite, recruiting a larger youth. We not on no cheek, we a arm up with tool. Go tell the cleaner, put it in the news. So the Congo bongo now laugh with the no boss. Iron well long like bunch of lumber. Press it in, caress it in. Shut down and Nephilim, cut off of them a demon specimen. Infest within, no rest within. Me step within, in the face of the beast on the field. Turn battlefield, who now here I go feel. Bash! No care them off and a puff and a chat and a yap. No fuck one of them a Iron Man and Juggernaut. But I and I chat with the Yakadi covenant. That's why me blacker than black. Sure. The harsh reality they won't overstand. The majority of the invention them created by black man. And that's why in the school they through them militant start configure. Tabo, Marco Polo and Caesar. Ice cream chocolate sing bow nigga. While the governor general have a rotted figure with a white angel.
Yes. So to the listening audience, before I get into Blacker Than Black with Dan Gio, so he could tell me a little bit more about, the message on this song and writing and stuff like that, I would just like to shout out a few other countries as well. We're going to do this throughout the show. So big ups to ranking out of Tanzania. To all my Tanzanians, yes. Big ups to you. Big ups to Mama Africa. Big up to Sharif. I see you guys. Yes. Of course it is that Pretoria in South Africa is telling me how much they are loving Blacker Than Black and should give Dan Gio a shout out for the production as well. They are loving it. So Dan Gio, Pretoria, South Africa is saying, big ups for the song and that they appreciate it wholeheartedly. Ghana, we have
respect.
We have Bill out of Ghana. We have Gregory out of Gambia as well, that's saying is loving what he's hearing in terms of your music, and of course he would love to know where he could purchase more, but we're going to get to that as we go into Exit the Show. He tell you more where you can find these songs as well. Well, Dan Gio, I'm telling you, you have quite an audience here that's really tapped in and is loving the production, and what they're hearing on the song. And like I said, from the time I listened, I was like, whoa. And it doesn't matter which song you listen to, we're still hearing the junior gong, that's highlighted throughout the productions and stuff. Talk to me about Blacker Than Black. The production, coming up with, made you decide that, yes, this is the song I'm going to go with, on this rhythm, and what's the message behind the song as well?
Well, it's really the instrumental really inspired and influenced me to say what I said on that track. And speaking of the production of the big up Pagey, which is my hygiene as well, Yard Mansion production, So first when he sent me that rhythm, funny enough, when I was listening that rhythm, it's like, I can put it. It's like it was a flash in front of me where we were captivated from the west coast of Africa, coming over here in the Caribbean, Because Africa is the birthplace of mankind, regardless of what they want to say. Africa is the root, and that's what the great Marcus Garvey said. You know, once you forget your roots and your origin, it's like a tree without roots. He who does not know his history is like a tree without roots. I can always go to the fruit. It's always nice to go to the tree and, pick the fruit and eat a little orange here, eat a little cherry here, a little grape here. But you must water the root. Because if you don't water the root, the tree will die. So Africa is a tree of life, and it was my duty to really speak about these things, the origination of life, the root of life, which is Africa,
Let me ask you then, Gio, have you been to Africa before? Have you traveled?
Yeah, in my mind. I've been there many times. Yes, man, I've been there many times in my mind. Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
I am going to need you to actually take a trip to Africa, especially with the amount of persons. Not just to Africa, but to other persons. But since we're talking about Africa right now, yes, you need to visit Africa and be one with the people. I always tell my Jamaicans, what are you waiting for to get to Africa? You have a passport that takes you in various countries where you do not even need a visa. Okay? Try South Africa. You do not need a visa to get to South Africa. Right? Try Kenya. You do not need a visa to get to Kenya. Just get on the plane. Okay? And when you go there and you tell them, say you come from Jamaica, you will see exactly what happened. It's like magic. Okay? Our little island is celebrated in the four corners of this earth, whether it be through track and field, whether it be through music, whether it be through our personality, people that just want to hear us talk patois. It is celebrated across the four corners of this earth and nowhere else as much as Africa. They welcome you with open arms, wholeheartedly. So I encourage you, and to all the Jamaicans listening, all it takes is a passport and some money, and just go on about your business. Okay?
Yes, man. Africa will come in now. We're coming soon, because repatriation is a must, Yes, man. We're coming soon, man. Soon.
Yes. Just know that each day we get older and the wheels keep turning. So you guys, stop wasting time. Get to some of these countries. And visit and be one with the persons. Because it's one thing to talk on the phone. It's one thing to bond through social media. But when you are there, on the ground, it's a whole nother story.
Yes.
You can feel the love. Okay?
True.
So, there it is. Well, we have Mike out of Switzerland. And he's saying that, when he listens to your music, it gives him a little bit of neo soul, combined with like the real reggae music. Mike, I know you need the real reggae music, But he says that it's a little bit of neo soul combined with the real reggae music, and he's loving what he's hearing. Now he asked me, have you ever traveled to Europe before?
No, not physically, but in the mind. A lot of times in the mind. As I said,
In the mind.
When yes, man. When I'm on the veranda, man, I travel the entire world already, man.
Yes.
Yes, man. But it's at this time before that whole dream manifests with the physical realms and things. You know what I mean?
Which brings me
alignment of things.
Which brings me to my next question. If you had to choose, if it's your choice, where you had to choose 3 countries to travel to, for a tour, what would be those countries?
That is a serious question.
The people want to know.
Because, I don't want any other country feel left out, No. That question is a serious question. It sounds like you play a lot of cricket, because you're out with the ducks now.
Give me 3 countries.
All right, let me give you 3 countries. All right. Ghana, definitely Ghana.
So Africa on a whole, okay?
Yes, Africa. Africa and a whole.
Yes.
Yes. Germany definitely.
Okay.
Right.
You
And in the United States, especially in California,
Okay.
Texas and California. Yeah. A lot of reggae festivals are there. The reggae market is wide. But I would want to go to the world, the entire world, I don't really have a specific country. But like when you ask me, though, I don't have the choice. But those are the three countries. You know
Speaking
what I
of
mean?
speaking of
Yeah.
three countries, if you had to record with another artist who is not a reggae artist, now outside of reggae, I should ask before I answer this question, but outside of reggae, do you dabble in any other genre?
Yes, man. Dabbling all type of genre, man.
Okay, so if you had to choose an international artist to record that's not a reggae artist, who would that artist be to collaborate on a production?
Wow.
This is
A
supposed to
serious
be
question
easy.
that I get.
This is supposed to be easy,
So,
Dan Gio.
when living now, you're talking like living.
Yes. Persons who are in their element right now, an international artist. What do you listen to? If I had to get your iPad, if I had to get your, whatever listening device you're listening to and listen to, what do you listen to outside of reggae? Who is one of those artists that's not reggae centered that you would love to collaborate with?
I would love to collaborate with Kendrick Lamar, though.
Uh-huh. Why do I have a feeling you
Yes,
were going to say that? That's the vibe you give
yeah,
me as a
man,
Jamaican
Kendrick,
artist. Yeah,
definitely Kendrick.
you give me that vibe, a cross between Kendrick, on the reggae side as well. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite artists as well, man. Kendrick Lamar.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, you recently released the Dolly song. I listened to it, and it's a mixture between actually, putting a smile on my face and actually saying that this guy not easy. What can what can you tell our listening audience before I jump into playing Dolly and we come back and wrap up this interview?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the Dolly song is a very serious song, because when I look around in the world, I see that majority, and I'm not saying all females, but I've seen majority of the females losing touch with their nature side of things. Because women are the creator, of life. I personally think that the earth itself is a woman. Yes, the earth itself is a woman because mankind have tortured the earth for so much, and the earth still is so loving and caring. If the earth was a man, we in a serious trouble. But the earth, yes, man, the earth have the feminine energy that's nurture and always care for us regardless of the fact. So with that, I'm saying that the females, I think that these females know who's in a Barbie, who say that they're a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. That is a big illusion, because them brainwash you from the cradle. And if you don't be careful, it will be from the cradle to the grave. I'm a Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. That's a big illusion. You know what I mean? You must love yourself, love your body that God gave you. Don't bother with this plastic thing, because this plastic thing is very detrimental to your health. Right? And your health is a wealth. You have to strap it down like a belt. It's more expensive than a class and your felt. The health is a wealth. So I want all of the empress them to live in them feminine energy and know, say, yeah, man. Natural way of deal with. See, natural ways, natural way of thinking, natural way of eating, natural aura, natural energy, natural teaching. Everything is natural, not artificial. You know what I mean? But yes, man, big up everyone and the one, you know what I mean? I say special request goes out to all of the empress them. Whether you're black, whether you're brown, whether you're slim, whether you're round. By living on your feminine thing, yeah, man, and that's what I deal with. So going on now, Empress Rose.
Ole, you say, whether you're black or you're brown, whether you're something or you're round. I love it.
Yeah, man.
But to our listening audience, we are going to jump to Dolly. I will be right back with more Dan Gio.
Voice of the real authentic L6 well-6 Dan Gio, they on the fire phone attack. Girl, I go on like them a queen and them is nothing but a pawn. Remove ya! Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell you she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. From she link the natty, she a cause me her folly. Give her set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, that lifestyle, they let it go. Me walk in her house, I be a cobweb, I say hello. Not even bed, no spread her pillowcase, step on pillow. Me can't believe I really saw the Barbie I live so. You said she a fry mackerel and a boil callaloo. Well, what kind of style that, what kind of thing you display and a show? On Instagram when a reality you fi follow. Me and her no connect, so me know me a fi go. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell you she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. From she link the natty, she a cause me her folly. Give her set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, the situation gets so drastic. Her body not biodegradable like it make out of plastic. Social media influencer corrupting the masses. Give me the lighter, give me the gas, me I go burn them down to ashes. She not have the remedy fi boil the roots fi lift up the mopstick. It's clear that she's confused of her illusion where she practice. Skin fever, zebra bigs with a zombie we come out a casket. The Barbie leave a loo, you see the natty get off fi ask it. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell you she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Come she live. Voice of the real authentic L6 well-6 Dan Gio, they on the fire phone attack. Girl, I go on like them a queen and them is nothing but a pawn. Remove ya! Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell you she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. From she link the natty, she a cause me her folly. Give her set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, that lifestyle, they let it go. Me walk in her house, I be a cobweb, I say hello. Not even bed, no spread her pillowcase, step on pillow. Me can't believe I really saw the Barbie I live so. You said she a fry mackerel and a boil callaloo. Well, what kind of style that, what kind of thing you display and a show? On Instagram when a reality you fi follow. Me and her no connect, so me know me a fi go. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell you she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly.
Yes. I tell you, I love the fact that my listening audience is so in tune to, this Dolly song. I have lots of questions, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get through all the questions. But of course, I appreciate even Don Gio saying in terms of the natural, but to each its own. To each its own. If you feel like you want to enhance something, that's your thing. But for myself, I really love the vibe because it is now. When you step outside nowadays, you don't know what to expect or who think it is that when you pass them, you may have some work done. And some of us, are beautifully endowed in certain areas. And we get mistaken for doing foolishness. But one thing I must tell everyone, every single picture that you see I put out, it is Empress Rose. I buy nothing and I shop nowhere else except from the ground. I eat directly from the ground. Right?
Yeah.
And everything that you see is natural. Not fake. as well. So
War.
yes,
War.
but I appreciate this Dolly song. So talk to me about the local reception that you've been getting on this song.
I'm getting a lot of vibes, a lot of positive vibes from it, and a lot of thumbs up, a lot of fire emoji, a lot of people saying, yo, a serious song, listen up. Even from females as well. Yes, from females as well.
Yes.
I know of the females them where I critique it, I say, boy, me a madman and me a this and me a that, but we love all comments, you know. Yes, man, we love all comments because see the fact that it pinch a nerve, and that is what we really wanted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, because from NIR, this song is produced by NIR, Northern Intention Records.
Yeah.
Zane is my brethren that is part of the team. Zane big up Danny Tapia, aka Schema. So Schema built that rhythm from scratch, sent me the rhythm. Right?
Yeah, that's for myself. It is that I hear you loud and clear in terms of what you have said. Yes, of course, it's going to ruffle some feathers as well, but the whole idea is that to get to the masses out there the message as well. It's also okay, for you to just be yourself as well. Yeah, that's how we do it.
When me get it back, be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, the situation gets so drastic. Her body now biodegradable like it make out of plastic. Social media influencer corrupting the masses. Give me the lighter, give me the gas, me I go burn them down to ashes. She now have the remedy fi boil the roots, fi lift up the mopstick. It's clear that she's confused of her illusion where she practice. Skin favor zebra bigs with a zombie we come out a casket. The bar believe you see the natty get off fi ask it. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tell her she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Come she leave the natty, she a cause me a folly. The I set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Circle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So Dan Gio tapped out for a minute, but he's back in. So Dan Gio, I know it is that we have been having so much fun, and we have just come to the end of the road, the end of our interview. I wish I could talk to you forever. But do you have works coming up? Do you have works coming up, such as an album, for any time this year? Because I would like to invite you where we can have a longer interview to talk more about your productions and even the album itself. What can the listening audience expect?
Yes, man. It seems like you have a genie ball over there in the studio. You can love it and tell the future because, yes, currently just finished up an album by the name of Proactive Revolution. It was slated to be released within closer to the end of this year.
Yeah.
And that album is strictly roots. So all of the people who's tuning right now like the roots reggae vibration, like crime and violence, because crime and violence is also on that album.
Okay.
Right? So it's surrounded with a lot of reggae, deep, serious roots reggae vibration with some positive messages. Everyone can find me on all social media platforms by typing in Dan Gio Music, which is DANGIOMUSIC. All social media platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Dan Gio Music. A special love to everyone who has tuned in and giving positive feedback on the tracks that you have all heard, and I've definitely taken. I want to tell you some right down enough of the names them too. All of the people who have interacted with you, Empress Rose. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do a special shout out for them differently in some songs. Yes, man. Big them up. Yes, man. I big them up, man. Cause art I love,
Art I love. I love it.
Yes.
Dan Gio, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. And of course it is that we're going to keep vibing with Dolly. And we have, a few more tracks that we'll play as you exit. But thank you for coming through. You're welcome here again, anytime. Okay?
Yes, Empress. Big up, man. Big up Andre Editions Entertainment.
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
Yeah, man. Big up Humble Wires Entertainment, Soul Rock Collective. And big up Northern Intention Records. As I said before, yeah, man. NIR is a producer for Dolly. See, so, yeah, man. So you can just stream it on all online platforms and share the love and spread the love. See? Rastafari live. I tell you all.
Blessed love. I love it.
Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tally, she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. From she link the natty, she a cause me her folly. Give her set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, that lifestyle, they let it go. Me walk in her house, I bake a web, I say hello. Not even bed, no spread her pillow, case step on pillow. Me can't believe I really saw the Barbie I live so. You said she a fry mackerel and a boil callaloo. Well, what kind of style that, what kind of thing you display and a show? On Instagram when a reality you fi follow. Me and her no connect, so me know me a fi go. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tally, she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. From she link the natty, she a cause me her folly. Give her set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Me tell you, the situation gets so drastic. Her body not biodegradable like it make out of plastic. Social media influencer corrupting the masses. Give me the lighter, give me the gas, me I go burn them down to ashes. She not have the remedy fi boil the roots, fi lift up the mobstick. It's clear that she's confused of her illusion where she practice. Skin favor zebra mixed with a zombie we come out a casket. The Barbie leave value, you see the natty get off fi ask it. Lord, me no want no dolly. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Fingernail well long like supermarket alley. She can't steam fish, much less fi fry by me. I tally, she not live it naturally. Me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly, me no want no dolly. Come she leave the natty, she a cause me her folly. He I set her white clothes fi wash her when me get it back. Be a curry stain panny. Circle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just stepping in, and for those who are still with me, you have just listened to the sounds of Dan Gio, okay? And coming up next, we'll have King Kong, who is going to be in-house. But for now, keep vibing to the sounds of Dan Gio, which is Ganja Spliff, a freestyle.
Redder than Santa, redder than blood, and they break off a beam of light. Off and up on the ganja, up at Sri Lanka until me hypnotized. Can't believe my eyes are weed so nice. We split longer than Peter Piper nose. Higher than Jesus Christ, a purple leaf, a flag, me wife a rose. Side effects of cannabis, I fly, me frost, me jock in the scheme, I dive. Never them asking if he's a ride, me paranoid pon this sativa pie. Blueberry this over diesel type. Oh my mind, but unique advice is simple. You think of that? They charge on my chakra like I am Sakara Naruto Obito Itachi Madara meditating with my ganja is natural Timona Fumba Akuna Matata when Pataba nobody worry my brother balance up in chakra make it bilateral Chemical kites fanatical and niche mind etc etc I'm telling you it's so incredible the ashes are edible no I see chemical natural medicine He make you mentally flexible high on the pinnacle 528 hertz angelic frequency that's where I glide to simulate I keep my chakras alive meditate so I can speak with God it's my energy frequency that's aligning to my mind. Peace I find when I rhyme. It's my energy frequency. That cannabis I eat so fine. Yeah. Yes, I'm aligned with the birds. Frequency They cut me skin, catch on fire for your slim pick a purple, the skunk boost me adrenaline, brother me fly high, like wing feather, category 5 hurricane, wind weather, me don't tell you, no, tobacco to me spliff, give me the raw ital cannabis, marijuana, leave me a farm of the trees, and I smoke it up in the morning, with the purple, the skunk, and this over the diesel, a 10 pound in a chapalin, nah, go tell no lie, this herb is so amazing, I got my rolling paper, so it's my energy, frequency. Yes, it's my energy, frequency, yeah. Vice of the one named Dan Gio representing, you know. Ganja,